like to meet Ernie Romegiall.
We're gonna have Ernie in here.
Ernie is the owner of the show.
Ernie, hi. Say hello to some people out there.
Hi, how are you?
I do a weekly show. A guy named Zachary is my mentor.
Okay.
Zachary here, yes. And in fact, I'm going to perform tomorrow as a band. And I wanted to get to the inside information on what you're doing on the other side of our sound, not yours. I always keep it. We own it. It's our name.
Right, Long Island.
You know, and so that you have a setup where we could come and walk through.
Yes.
Be entertained in the festivities.
Yes.
All right. And you've been doing this for a good while.
This will be our 25th year. It's Haunted Graveyard at Lake Compunce. We're New England's largest Halloween attraction.
How far are you into Connecticut?
Right in the center of the state.
Okay.
Just off exit 31 off Interstate
So
I-84.
it would be rough to say that once you took, let's say you took a ferry over there, you'd be maybe about an hour in.
Yeah.
Okay.
If driving, it took us about 2 hours and 15 minutes to drive down.
Go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to go around myself, but that's just me. But so, and this is your first time here?
First time, yeah. It's the first event. Elsie's a great person. We met her a couple weeks ago at the Horror Fest in
Jersey?
no, in Connecticut, Danbury, Connecticut.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Tell me about that. What's the name of that
It
one?
was 2 weeks ago, the Connecticut Horror Fest.
Oh, we're going to look into that. We're going to look into. I was part of Chiller.
I'd love to have you come to our haunted house. It's a 45-minute walkthrough. We have over 200 actors. And
I'm good at that because I ad-lib and do skits on them.
Okay.
You know, I have a haunted bar at one haunted house. The Invisible Man often visits me. So yeah, no, that would definitely be a ride up there. And I have a band too. So
we'd love to have you come up.
Yeah, so that's a good possibility.
We're doing a cosplay opening weekend. It's the first time we've ever done it.
Really?
So it's going to be very, very interested. You know, it's a great event. We have a dedicated crew.
Yeah,
Very
you have to
dedicated
be. You have to be. And
Very loyal, too.
And you
Very,
also have
very
to have
loyal.
like a junkyard mentality. Just get something and then bring it into to bring it to life to we don't want to use.
I own 53 trailers that we store our props in.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to get up to you.
It's 155,000 square feet. It's all outdoors, but the way we design things, you would never know it's outdoors. Never.
I'm a blues band. It sounds like a great place
I love
to.
blues. I love the blues.
I'm a Howlin' Wolf type.
Oh,
John Lee
yes.
Hooker.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing here tomorrow.
I saw Howlin' Wolf at the Newport Folk Festival in 1964, I believe.
Wow, that was a prime year, but for him. I happen to know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play in that signature and in that modal Willie Dixon stuff.
Yeah.
And Zachary is my mentor, John Zachary.
Yeah.
So tomorrow afternoon, if I can get as many people in there to move around the music, I'm hoping we'll have Cablevision in there. We may not, but if I do, I'll have a video out of that.
Okay, great.
You know, so all right, I want to.
Go to our website.
Appreciate it.
I think you'll enjoy or watch the video right behind you. I think you'll enjoy it.
All right, thank you very much.
We got pictures right here also.
And that's a wrap. I am Zenbock, and you are.
Edward X. Young, Grindhouse actor, makeup artist, and film director, veteran of 73 independent horror and science fiction movies made in the past 10 years.
See, I think they're going to say 73 movies made in the last 2 weeks.
Well,
Mr. Link would say that.
Of those 73 movies made in the last 10 years, seriously, about 50 of them have been in the past 3.
Initially, what was your first film?
My first film, my first professional film was Sea of Dust, which ironically wrapped 10 years ago today. In August 1st of 2005, we wrapped the film. And so this is
What'd you wrap it with?
we wrapped it with the lovely Ingrid Pitt's last performance.
Okay.
I mean, what a thrill it was on my first movie. My first movie was a horror film, an homage to the Hammer films, the British Hammer films.
Oh, I love the Hammer films.
We had Ingrid Pitt herself.
Christopher Lee films and what's
Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, yeah.
Ingrid Pitt, who was the star of The Vampire Lovers and Countess Dracula and The Wicker Man.
Oh, I love Wicker Man.
And the great beauty of that, it was the happiest time of my life. Ingrid Pitt, on my birthday, on July 31st of 2005, that was my 46th birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
And, well, this is my birthday. I'm now 56. 56 years old in one day. But 10 years ago, Ingrid Pitt, we shot a scene where she killed me on screen. It was like the greatest birthday of my life. She stabbed me in the forehead, blood, gore everywhere. Ingrid Pitt straddling me on top of me, stabbing away at me. It was a dream come true.
You know, for some strange reason, I can relate to that. You know. So, that was the first one. When did you know that you were going to be interested in horror movies and gore movies and sci-fi film and B films and maybe C films?
I wanted to be a horror movie actor from the time I was a little kid. And everybody laughed at me and tried to ridicule and deride and discount this and make it think like it was a dumb idea. I mean, my family definitely did not want me to pursue a theatrical or acting career. And then when I was studying acting in my youth, in my teens and 20s, going to acting schools, well, my acting professors thought that the desire to act in horror movies was D-Class A, that I should aim for loftier things like Broadway or TV commercials or soap operas. But what I wanted to do were monster movies. I mean, that's the stuff I really loved growing up with, especially the really down and dirty kind. But I had given up acting for many years, was in the business world. I became a journalist for a while. My newspaper went belly up, and I got divorced. And so in my
Well, that'll kill it, or change it.
But in my mid-40s, I'm like, what do I do with my life now? And a college friend of mine, Bill Timoney, who is a professional actor, currently you can see him on the TV series 12 Monkeys. He plays Senator Royce, and he just finished a Broadway stint with Bryan Cranston in All the Way. But Bill Timoney, 11 years ago, got a hold of me after my divorce and strongly urged me to get back into acting. He found me through the internet. We hadn't spoken in maybe about 15 years. And he found me and urged me to get back into it. And I said it was too far in my past. But he said, I know they're doing this movie in New York. I was living in New Hampshire at the time. He said, I know they're doing this movie in New York, and it's a tribute to Hammer films. And I was like, oh, really? And he said, I could get you an audition, but I can't guarantee the role. If you're not any good, they're not going to hire you. I said, look, I'll do this one audition, and if I don't make it, I will never think of acting again. It's too much of a sore point in my life. I mean, I was my passion. I gave it up, and I traveled to New York with a makeshift faux headshot. I hadn't been acting for years. An audition for this movie, and there was like a cattle call. But I was hoping to get one of the tiny parts in Sea of Dust. But the director, Scott Bunt, saw my audition and took me aside and offered me one of the lead roles, a character called Dr. Maitland. And I said, well, why are you giving this to me? I came here to do a tinier part, just a little part. And he said, well, you know, this role that I wrote, I had in mind a young Christopher Lee would have been ideal for this role, and you're the only actor who's walking here who has reminded me of a young Christopher Lee. So it was a great tribute. And then Scott Bunt, while we were casting the rest of the movie and rehearsing, he wanted to know if I thought that he was accurately capturing the spirit of Hammer films, and I jocularly said, if you really wanted to have a tribute to Hammer films, you'd get one of the Hammer stars to act in it with us. And he said, look, we can't get Sir Christopher Lee, and, you know, a lot of the others are just too expensive. And I said, well, you know, maybe you can get Ingrid Pitt. And he was like, really? And the other producer, his wife, said, no, Ingrid Pitt, she lives in England. It'll cost us a fortune. She won't agree to this. She's like retired now. And he said, well, I don't know. And he thought, I'll think about it. And a week later, I came back. He said, we got a hold of Ingrid's agent, sent her the script. She read it. She loved it. She's in the movie. And more than that, all of her scenes are with you. And she kills you. So I mean, it was like it was a dream come true.
All right, I'm going to wrap this. I'm glad that this time we had an uninterrupted interview. We'll continue this interview because our paths will cross. And somehow or other, the other part of me over there, my son, it's been our desire to be in another film. We did a film at Chilla Theater, shot there, but we have a desire to do a film somewhere. I don't care if it's a 10-second part. I just want that history of having done.
I promise you we'll work together.
All right, it'll be fun.
And I would like to say, if anybody would like to see my movies,
yes,
I've made 73 of them. A lot of them, you know, they're hard to find. You know, you got to get them at the conventions or whatever. But my movie, Mr. Hush, is available on Netflix, and also Flesh for the Beast. and you can find it in stores everywhere, as well as the movie Mold. Jay Stoddard needs me now to get into makeup for a makeup competition.
Right.
You might want to catch part of it. I'm going to be made up pretty wild and
We'll
groovy.
we'll try and get over there. All right, and tell her we're sorry we stole you.
Okay, that's all right.
That's it. That's a wrap. That's it. I am Zenbock, and you are.
I am Barbara Magnolfi.
You, on your table, show these wonderful pictures of a collection of work.
Absolutely.
Give me some background of what you've done or what your favorite projects are. Anything. I want to know about you. I want to know about
You want to know about me?
Sure.
You don't know about me.
I don't know about me right now.
Just kidding.
No, I don't know about me. I'm very old. The brain is, it's going.
Okay. So I'm Barbara Magnolfi. I'm Italian. So I've done a lot of work in Italy, and one of my most popular films is a horror film called Suspiria by Dario Argento, and the movie became a classic. And when I came to US, I actually figured, I started doing these conventions and things. I had no clue that there were so many
Conventions.
fans and
conventions.
and that this movie actually was had become a cult classic. And
That's the way to go.
right.
I have a band,
So-
and I'm dying to get into a movie as a cult classic.
Exactly.
They can even kill me. I've died many times on stage. It's a show business thing.
So that was like a very, 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 very big. And then there are other 22 films,
Wow.
mostly
Wow.
in Italy. Some of them have come out here, like The Sister of Ursula. And then, I done other genre films. Not particularly horror, like crime, police,
So you across the
drama.
board.
Yeah,
Across the-
drama.
I have to ask you this, okay?
Yeah,
In this particular room,
yes.
people have very unique type of stuff that you might easily think of as Halloween in the States.
Yeah.
But this type of thing is a mindset that could start off with a child at a young age,
Uh-huh.
and the same thinking and humor
Yes.
goes into this to an adulthood. I call it, and I don't mean it bad, like some sort of a sickness. I got it.
Sickness, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like some of the people in your family would never
Yeah.
understand.
No,
All right,
absolutely. That would be like,
you,
oh,
you
that-
took a nice picture. I saw you in a movie, and you got hacked to pieces. Yeah, it was fun. But the point I'm asking you is that you act. You're an actress, and you go across the board with stuff.
Yes.
So you've done horror, and you've done standard stuff.
Standard stuff, yeah.
You done any sci-fi yet?
No.
That's interesting because horror people can go into sci-fi, but sci-fi people very rarely go into horror.
Uh-huh.
There's a big, I don't know what it is. I see it all the same, but
But I don't consider myself a horror,
Actress.
a horror actress.
Okay.
I'm an actress.
okay. So why
Whatever
limit?
genre
Why
is-
limit yourself? And I can.
Especially since I didn't start with that. I started from theater and classic, training.
Well, you definitely have the look,
Yeah.
and that's an important part.
I recently, went back to Italy, did a couple of films there. Another horror where I did a cameo in, and a film by Luigi Cozzi called Blood on Melies Moon, which is going to come out.
Really?
Yeah. Luigi Cozzi is a collaborator of Dario Argento and has done many, he's known for doing sci-fi actually as well. Yeah. And something just aired on TV here on a show called My Haunted House.
Okay.
So aired, I did one episode of that, and it aired on last July 18.
Wow, that's fairly recent from here.
Yeah, that's pretty recent. So I thought it was funny. I'm at the Haunted Fair.
You're at the
Fair.
Yeah. Well, this is unique for Long Island because this group also had another haunted type of fair in January.
Yeah.
They're separate, but they're similar. And the bottom line is that Long Island has a lot of these haunted house as an industry. And nobody had to put it together. And everybody here had to go out of the area for a convention.
Yeah, it's true.
We had
I heard.
we had a big running sci-fi convention up at one of the colleges, which I was a part of. And the politics of that ended. And the bottom line is if you're into conventions and you're into the travel and showing the pictures and meeting the fans
I don't
and
mind.
making
I love meeting my fans.
that's what it's about. That is
Yeah.
exactly what it's
Yeah.
about. I appreciate your time. And I'm glad I got to talk to an actress who's a babe. Good looking girl. A good looking girl.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nancy,
Yes, hello.
how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Having a great time here at the Haunt Faire.
So am I, so am I. So, today we're here about horror. And I know that you're very big into horror. You're a horror writer.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the current project you're working on.
Okay, well, right now, I'm working with Canadian artist Byron Rempel. We have a couple of projects. We have our series of 13 stories. We're coming out with 13 monsters. We have 13 stories in paintings. We also have our 2-sentence horror project. Twice a week we put out an illustrated story. We also have a Patreon page. There's also the artwork is available for purchase. We also have dead sketches, and I have my short fiction, and I have a novel in process.
Can you tell me a little bit about the dead sketches?
Oh, dead sketches. It's basically a zombie sketchbook. Byron has some children, and he would go ahead and do his artwork, and they wanted to get involved. So what he would do is he put together a zombie sketchbook that you can go ahead and color in.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Absolutely. Before the current rate of adult coloring books, he actually had a zombie edition, including the octopus.
Oh, yes, we know all about the octopus.
We do?
Larry.
That's true. Okay, another thing that we have, and I have the original artwork here, is we have 13 stories and paintings. And so what we did was he provided me with 13 pieces of art, and I wrote short, like short bits of fiction. One of which is one of my favorite stories in this collection is Debbie Does the Apocalypse. I have the original. These are the original pieces of art, and this is Debbie.
Oh, okay.
A very fetching young lady.
Quite green.
Quite green. Well, she is undead. She looks good for dead.
Yeah, I know. I happen to agree.
And as it turns out, quite active.
Oh, really? Wow.
Very active in the adult industry.
I believe it.
Yes. So you said, I think we haven't heard the last of Debbie. She'll be coming back, as they do.
Well, she's coming over and over again, getting more and more. Probably brains.
Yes, that too.
That's her currency?
She's a fool for a man with a clever mind.
I'm sure.
And his friends. And they don't even have to be that smart. So
That's good.
As
That's
long as they have the equipment, she can deal.
Okay.
I said, so we also have said there are 2-sentence horror stories. So
Okay.
I write these 2-sentence horror stories, and he illustrates them. What's really cool about them is, because you said on Reddit they had whole big sections of 2-sentence horror stories. So a friend of mine forwarded me some of them, and I'm like, well, this is good, but I think I can do this. So a couple hundred of these later. But what's really great is because they're matched up with Byron's artwork, it kind of gives added dimension. It's still the 2 sentences. We're still staying in that framework, but you can kind of build the story up and take a look at different aspects of it. I'm really enjoying it. He's a great guy to collaborate with.
And you're talking about you're working on a novel right now.
Yes.
It's going to be a full-length novel?
Yeah, actually it may work out to be a trilogy.
Oh, okay.
It's based on the Debbie Does the Apocalypse universe.
Oh, okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, no, it should be really good. I'm very excited about the project. And we were also doing a series of 13 Monsters books.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be illustrated short story, longer pieces than this 2-sentence. There'll be short stories, novellas, but they'll be illustrated. And the theme is going to be there'll be 13 stories in each volume, and they'll have. Right now we're working on 13 monsters of the north.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like creatures of the what am I trying to say? It's creatures that are from the indigenous peoples, from the American Indian traditions.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it should be really good, and then we'll just continue to do more of them. I said it's just really, it's got a lot of really exciting projects
And is
coming
there
out.
a website?
Yes, there is. twosentencehorrors.com.
Okay.
You can also find me at nmscuri.com, and you can find out more about the artwork of Byron Rempel on byronjrempel.com.
Oh, this looks wonderful. I can't wait to get my hands on this.
Well, yeah, come on down.
All right.
My dear, we're both of us are in a hangout mode. This is incredible.
This is great.
All right. I've known you, what, a year, 6 months?
Well, actually, you've known me a lot longer than that, but only here and there through the conventions circuit.
I'm trying to memorize this. Icon.
Icon, yes, 1990. A long time
1990.
ago.
2000, 2015. It's 25 years.
Yes.
Were you a youngin' when I
Yes.
met you?
I was a youngin'.
Did I flirt with you?
Yes.
Thank God I did. I don't want to ruin my reputation.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that to happen.
No, okay. So it was back at Icon. I earlier mentioned you, Xavier, and he may even see this piece. You know, a friend of mine who was into Penzic.
SCA since 1990.
He said to me sadly that he broke his ankle or something and he can't make this Penzic and he's very upset.
I would imagine. I haven't made Pensic in years.
Yeah. So, well, one day there'll be a Penzic on Long Island the way things are shaping
how
up.
wonderful would that be?
You know, we'll take it. So we met at a convention in Stony Brook University. We're approximately maybe bird's distance, maybe 15 miles away, straight.
As the crow flies.
Yeah, we're here in Hop Hog off the LIE 53, 54, off the Motor Parkway, in a beautiful hotel that's up in sky. I'm not quite get that, but up sky, up ski.
I think they just want it to sound upscale.
Okay, we're upscale. Not when I'm here, with you here, but not with me. Upscale, I gotta be kidding. All right, so you are dressed in, for you, normal clothes.
Oh, yes. This is how I go to the bank. How do I go shopping? Definitely to church.
Church.
Not really.
First Church of Wicca?
That's pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. See, I know this girl. Yeah. So, all right, talk to me about the dance. What got you into the dance?
I've been dancing since I'm 3 years old. I was started out in ballet, tap, jazz, just like every little girl. I was a competitive ballerina, point shoes, until I was 18, actually beyond that, but I found belly dancing when I was 18. I got cast in a show as a belly dancer because I was the only person who auditioned who could dance. And so I took a lesson and I was home, absolutely hooked. And that also was in 1990. Everything seems to have happened in 1990.
Yeah. See, you met me.
Of 1990.
The thing is this. We have mutual friends.
Oh, lots of them. Yes.
But we've never been together with the mutual friends.
It's true. We're like these little orbits that kind of orbit around each other but never touch.
Yeah, you know. And the cool thing about both of us is we're both show business media people.
Performer all the way.
Yeah, you know, it's like second nature. And in the performance, if there's an I can't say the word, an object, a statue, a figure, I'll flirt with it. I will perform with anything I feel I can get something humor out of.
Of course.
You know, because it's a matter of a projection of what you have in here and what you can get into that little box or the audience. And you do it with the movement of the body, the hands, and some really good sound.
Thank you.
You've been lucky to have some very good sound men.
Yes, much better this time around than last time around.
We're going to test them with the band tomorrow.
I know, I can't wait to see that.
You know, and now last 6 months ago, I crashed this place. They did not know who I was. Once they found out, once they found out who I was and what I do, they made a point of, I have a home. What do you want to do? And I will do a live show of dissecting brains, maybe some politicians to see if there's any intelligence in there.
Good luck with that.
I know, I've done that in theaters, but this is the audience for that kind of thing. And somewhere I'm going to join you somehow in a dance with my incredible dancing skills.
We're going to teach Zenbock how to shimmy.
I'll work on it. I'll work on it. And so we'll get to entertain together. And somewhere, I think I want you to co-host a TV show with me. What do you think?
Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you.
You know, we could do a whole show. I have breaking news to announce on this show. In Oakdale. You ever heard of Oakdale?
I graduated from a college in Oakdale.
Okay. In Oakdale, there's a friend of mine opening a new bar. You're gonna love this name. Shakers.
We can handle that.
He's got a huge room. He's still setting it up. And I propositioned him to make, it should be Wednesday nights, a blues night where my band will play. And we'll try and get a secondary band. And it's a big room. And so when we get this going, you're invited if you want to come in on a Wednesday night and dance.
How fun would that be? I would be honored. That'd be great.
You know, and I'm also going to plan on occasionally bringing a camera in for some of the new bands to tape them so that when they play, donate their time, because that's the way these things work. We want to get this bar off the ground.
Well, of course.
So what I was thinking is that we might be able to have my format open to your format, and then the video of this can be on your website, so everybody that knows you can see more than what they've seen of you.
This sounds like a great plan. I love this.
So this is all done here at this hotel lobby. Cool, huh?
I love it.
Yeah, some of our best work has been in hotel lobbies.
Well, you know, sometimes improv is the best way.
Well, I know. And here's another thing I want to say. I have worked with some actresses from films. And some of them, I said, let's do an interview in improv. And they said, unless you write it in a script, I can't do it.
Oh, no, I'm an improv artist. I do sketch comedy, and I write it, and it's all off the cuff. I think the most organic performances are the best ones.
I love this girl. I love this girl. She's taken, but I love her. I want to borrow her, at least for the TV show. You can hang around, make sure we're okay. Give him a big stick, he can hit me on the ankle. I'll like it. You know, they do that at the Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
Hitch the wench, and if you get kissed long in 2 seconds, whack. You know, I went for the mud wenches.
Of course you did.
They were the healthiest looking girls there.
I get it.
They did all the moving of things, you know. But, you know, so I won't tie you up anymore, but, you know, I'm glad that we have had a weekend.
This is wonderful.
You know.
Yes, Zen and I spent a weekend together at the Upsky Hotel.
That's it. And you can join us.
Absolutely.
It could be more than it could be a groupsome.
It's a menage a horror. Come on down.
Menage a horror. I like it. That's better than my groupsome.
Right?
That's it. A rap, a roll, a shimmy. All right. This was a long day running around getting interviews. I'm hanging out by the fire, getting warm. Well, it was a warm day. I got a nice chill here in the air conditioning. I want to thank all the guests that we had in the time. I want to thank the people at the Upski Hotel. I want to thank everybody for being invited. And I hope that you learned something or were entertained. Trying to bring you a TV program different from what you normally see on commercial TV. And that's what we try to do. So that's it. Zenbock from Zenbock's Forte. And the last thing I'm going to say is live long, prosper, and make it happen. I can do a beam out or a beam in.